So today, what started out as one project turned into another project, and now Inktober is the top of our priority list. The manifestation of the phrase, the pen is mightier than the sword, or, you know, at least other writing implements. Let's go. Today is a day for taking care of something I have been putting off for far too long. I've procrastinated. I've also had some good reasons. Last week I was gonna do it, but I didn't because I had the big art show thing come up. I didn't get much footage. I'll share some right here. So here I am at Portfolio Coffee House, and this is one of the walls that you're gonna watch me put together. So yeah, not a whole lot of footage, but the art show went all right, went good, but it kept me from getting some stuff done, and so it's time to get to that. Right, dog? Well, we're gonna start it. Not gonna finish it probably because I've got a lot of work to do, but we're gonna get it started and I'll talk about it. Get this out of the way. Technically, it's not Inktober exactly, but it will be Inktober in a couple of days. Or if you're watching late, then welcome to October. So I'm shifting gears here a little bit. Shifting gears, putting this aside for just a moment. What I need to talk to you about today coincides with that, but this is more pressing. Friend of the show, Connor the Fox, also has his own YouTube channel, which you can find. I will link to the description. He just put up a video basically talking about a project that he was working on, had to restart. That doesn't matter. What's important is that towards the end, he mentioned that he's going to try and do Inktober, but he's not going to fully commit because he was a little bit fearful, a little bit scared, worried that he wouldn't be able to dedicate all the time. And I went right back into his comment box and said, we'll get with the program, son. A little bit of context. If you're not familiar with Inktober, basically it's a thing that a bunch of artists do every October where they get together and every single day they draw something with ink. Not always with ink, but with ink. Could be lettering, could be text, could be pictures, could be people, could be dogs, animals, doesn't matter. Usually the themes kind of revolve around Halloween, scary stuff, horrors and nightmares and whatever, but it's not a necessity, I don't think. You can do whatever you want, my opinion. You draw something every single day during October, and then at the end you have a whole big body of work that you did for 31 days. I did it myself for my own 100-day challenge recently. As much work as that was, it was very rewarding because I learned a lot about my own skill. I recommend anybody who is thinking about it, at least considering Inktober, to commit. But I believe that there are certain things that you need to do to make sure that you get it done correctly and that you finish. Before I get into that, I wanted to talk to you about why I am suddenly going to be doing Inktober. Number one, because Connor. If you're watching, Connor, I'm doing it because you're gonna do it and I'm gonna be right there with you. But I have a purpose, dedicated idea about what I want it to represent. Back to the table. The table is just getting started. It's just primer, a little bit of paint. There's a lot more stuff that has to happen here. A lot more stuff that has to happen here. My loose plan at this point is to paint a vine or a string of roses and skulls. Big surprise, roses and skulls, and maybe the occasional raven. The reason that has become a theme that I'm dedicating to that particular thing is, number one, the show that I'm doing this for is on November 4th, which is just after Dia de la Muerte. Also after my birthday, which is November 2nd. You can send all gifts to the P.O. box that I will list in the description. Just saying. The show is just after Dia de la Muerte, so skulls and roses kind of coincide with that. 2, it's my thing. 3, this big one right here. Where's my hand? There we go. Is going to have a thing of roses and probably skulls. The table is going to be almost my study into this. What happens here on the table could potentially translate in some way to the big piece back behind me. But I'm not just going to draw skulls all over it. I'm not just going to draw roses. I'm going to incorporate the different things that I already do with some of my art, which is collaging. I'm not just going to grab magazine pages and plaster it all over this table. I'm going to draw some, copy some, make some bigger, draw some directly onto the wood, but then also draw sketches and scan and bigger, and like collage paper pieces, maybe some text, write some text, mix all the things that I've been doing lately and really take my work to the next level. This table is a perfect opportunity for me to express a new thing in a new way that will hopefully translate here. Does this feel inappropriate? So now, Inktober, for me, is about drawing skulls, roses, occasional raven, some text that I can use to apply to the table. What goes into this sketchbook finishes up right here. So now I have 11. That's 2. So now I have 11. So now here are my 11 tips at winning at winning at Inktober. Number 1, get prepared. Understand your what, why, when, where, and how, not necessarily in that order of why you are doing this project. The why is simple. It's Inktober. My why is also the table. Inktober, table. The what? The subject matter. Skulls, roses, maybe the bird, type. Those are the priority. Skulls, roses, priority. Birds, maybe. Type, definitely. And whatever else ends up. That's my what. Making sure whatever goes into this sketchbook over the next 31 days falls into those categories. Where? Simple. Sketchbook. You can do this wherever you want. If you wanted to do 30 different little canvases, you wanted to paint 30 images on a single giant canvas like this, do that. Go get a calendar and draw tiny little illustrations inside each box of the calendar. Whatever you want. That's the thing. When is obvious. Starts October 1st, ends October 31st. If you miss it, jump in later. If you skip a day, don't get discouraged, jump back in. At least try to make it to October 31st if you're doing like a horror scary thing that, revolves around skulls and roses and birds. But ideally, every single day in October. The how? Ink of some sort. Doesn't have to be all ink, but that's the name. It could be ink in acrylics, it could be ink in spray, it could be ink and collage, it could be ink and pencil. Put some ink in it. Number 2, stay focused. Make sure you understand completely what you're doing, why you're doing, where you're doing it, and make sure you keep to that. Number 3, I actually forgot to write number 3 on here. I went from 2 to 4, so number 3 is Number 4, make a list of each day. You're gonna have a list of 1 to 31, and you're gonna say, on day 1, I'm gonna do this, day 2, do this, day 3, do this, day 4, do this. You can bang this out, and it can be super simple. It doesn't have to be complex. It could be day 1, pumpkin, day 2, skeleton, day 3, witch, day 4, ghost, day 5, or it could be this word, that word, this word, that word. Make a list, and that way you know, okay, it's this date of the month, and I'm going to draw this thing. That helps me be prepared for today and the rest of what's coming. Number 5, share everything. Share every day. Put that stuff up on Instagram and Snapchat and hashtag the hell out of it. Inktober is the hashtag. There's probably others. Number 6, interact with others. When you put the hashtag Inktober, don't just say, done, I'm out. Go back in and see what other people are doing and say, cool, rad, that's awesome, you rock. This is not so great, hope you do better next time. But interact with your people. Go out there and meet new creative friends. Again, I've said this before. In fact, I just said it the other day on podcast. Not my strong suit, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be interacting, and I'm going to share what I'm doing. Number 7, push through on the hard days. There'll be days when you can be like, fuck this. Fuck this. I am done. Don't do that. Push through. Get it done. Even if it's just barely finishing, get it done. Because you'll feel better once you do. Perfect example. Going through puberty again. Perfect example was today. I had a really hard workout at judo yesterday. I know I'm talking about working out versus Inktober, whatever. I had a really hard workout at judo yesterday. It was a great workout, really good workout. But I had to get back up this morning and go to the gym again because I'm dedicating myself to it. I did not want to go to the gym again today. After I've sat down, had a little coffee, hello Paige, encouraged myself to push through. Got to the gym and I felt fantastic afterwards. Was it my best workout ever? No, but I made it happen. And I will do the same for the art. 8, finish strong. You're gonna get to the point where it's gonna feel like work. And you're gonna sit down in front of that sketchbook or the canvas and you're gonna say, oh, I gotta do this one more day. You're gonna wanna half-ass it just to get it done. Don't do that. Finish strong. Whether it's daily finishing strong or finish strong at the end. Make sure that the work that you've done on the last day is as strong as the work you did on the first day. Number 9, pat yourself on the back often, every single day. You finish, say, good job, you did it, great job, you are awesome. This is important because you want to keep yourself motivated to do the thing, and so you should celebrate that you make a win every single day. Celebrate the small wins because that's gonna keep you moving. Number 10, celebrate the big win. When you finish, go bananas and nuts. Take yourself out to a nice dinner, have a really nice cocktail, buy yourself a bottle of wine, eat something good, get some ice cream, go celebrate with friends. If you're doing this with other Inktober people, everybody go out and go, yay, high fives, and then bring your sketchbooks and share with everybody. Celebrate big time. Then the next time you do a challenge like this, you can look back and say, yeah, that was fun, it was really hard work, and then we had a great time at the end. And you'll want to do it the next time, and the next time, and the next time. And number 11, get back to work. It would be really easy for you to say, I did all this work, I should take a break. And that would be false, because you built up all this momentum, all this energy, working steadily, and if you just let it go, it will dissipate and go away forever. You will lose that momentum to create. It'll be energy wasted. The whole point of doing Inktober on a daily basis is to keep you moving and motivated and pushing through and doing all this stuff so that you keep creating after the fact. You keep going into November, and you keep going into December, and you keep going. You can take your breaks, but you're doing this thing every single day so that you feel great at the end. You've built in this muscle memory of creating every day, and it becomes something of a habit that you continue on throughout the rest of your life, or at least for several weeks and months. So now that we got that all the way, what I want to know from you is, what are you planning? What are you gonna do? What's your thing? How are you going to make this? What are you going to draw? What kind of stuff are you gonna draw upon? What kind of materials and media are you going to use? Tell me in the comments, because I'm interested to know, and I hope that you update us on a regular basis. I, of course, will be sharing every single day on Instagram, and I will occasionally jump in here on the video and show you what I've been up to. You can find me doing the thing and being a pillar of success for everybody to Alright guys, that's it. I'm gonna wrap this up. So if you are new here and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you need to do that. You should, because it's the best way to stay in touch with me, and you do so by pressing that button right there. It's probably there. Hit that, subscribe, use the bell, and that way you'll always be up to date and you'll see me 2 times a week. That's it guys. Remember, be good today, be better tomorrow. See ya.